Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round your virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherd at the side, glorious stream from heaven above, heavenly home, sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love filled light, ray of me from thy holy faith, with the dawn of redemption in grace. Jesus, Lord, and thy born birth. Jesus, Lord, and thy birth. That church, amen. Amen again. Brother, hear you. Because there's a problem right now with Minister Barry throat, we're going to need you to come and do the interlight. And see, I knew he was ready, so I didn't have to prepare.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a beautiful relationship. This is a beautiful lesson.
Yes.
And 2 or 3 lessons from now, we're going to be studying temptation. And I wish that lesson could have been on the one we're going to study about 2 or 3 weeks from now, temptation. I wish it could have been in front of this one. Intimacy. You know, to really get a beautiful idea about what this topic is about as it relates to Christianity, you need to think of someone like Solomon. Solomon was an interesting leader. He was a good leader. But do you know Solomon had 700 wives?
Whoa.
You know, he had 300 concubines. You know, let me tell you something. He had some serious commitments. And I want to say I pity the man, because I got one and I catch it. And I've been married 58 years, and every month, every week, and sometimes every day, there's been a problem. But if you're in what they call a committed relationship, a problem is just a conversation. And our lesson today, I don't want you to think of it from a personal standpoint that is between a man and a woman. We're really talking about an intimate, a committed relationship between you and God. And the best way of talking about it, you know, Jesus used to use parables wherever he went. And he used parables because he talked to people who were educated and uneducated, largely uneducated. But they understood the little short stories. And they understood that they can get meaning from them. It's just like cartoons. Kids may not understand all the language you speak, but they understand cartoons. And when you talk about intimacy in our lesson today, forget about that word. The word you really want to deal with is commitment. It's commitment. And we all fall short when it comes to commitment. Now, I know some of you you're sin free, which is great. That's the way Christians ought to be. Okay? All right? But and well, let me just say this. Let's be real. We're in a situation in this world where a committed relationship is hard to find. It's hard to find. You know, on my way here, they was talking about the number. On my way here, I had the radio, and they were talking about there was another killing this past weekend and this past day or two, and number of people been killed this year in this city. They were not talking about anywhere else. But it's way over 100. And that's 100 males, but think of it this way. That's also 100 males that have killed them. So they going to jail, going to prison, on the run, or whatever. So this year alone, 200 young, mainly black males have been taken from 200 or 300 or 400 black women. They've been taken out of our society. The horrible part about it, it happens every week, every year for the last 10 or 15 years, and it seems as if there's no shortcoming. Now, I'm not a social worker. I'm not a psychiatrist, not a psychologist. But I know that things change when there's scarcity. One thing that makes gold and silver so valuable is that it's scarce. You can't pick it up like you pick up stones and everything. And what makes a man so valuable is he's scarce. Right. And I asked my class today, I said, how many of you watch TV and they watch the episodes For My Man? And they talk about the things that women will do for their man. And most of the time, they ain't married to him. It's just a relationship. But they'll do anything to keep that man. Just like a whole lot of people do anything for gold and silver. When you have a committed relationship, and if that commitment is two-way street, you got it made. You got something more valuable than gold or silver. And let me say this. My commitment, I would like to think to God, it's a two-way street. And I think about all the things that he has done for me, how he has brought me through another year. And I know on his part, it's committed.
Right.
The shortcoming is on my part. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about you now. I haven't done all the things I should have done to keep my commitment that I made when I was baptized. Amen. Many times I've had shortcomings. Many times I've had failures. But all the time, God was there for me. He always would pick me up and brush me off and say, get back on the job. Now, that's a real commitment. I want you to step back and I want you to thank God. This is the end of the year. Thank God for the commitment that he made to keep you. Because he said many times, if you would keep the faith, he'll take care of you.
Amen.
I don't care what kind of problems you have today, or what kind of problems you may encounter in the next year or tomorrow. Just think, what God has done for you. And when you think about what he has done, you think about our lesson today. He has been committed in a relationship with you. And he has taken care of business, and he will take care of you if you stay committed, keep the faith, and do what thus said the Lord, and you won't have to worry about anything. You can go anywhere, do anything, say anything, and say, I am protected because God's shield is over me. Nothing can come between me and my relationship with God. And if you keep it that way, everything will be okay. And finally, let me say this. If you got a good, committed relationship with God, you got a good, committed relationship with your husband, with your wife, with your children. Because see, all of that is entailed. You can't be committed to God. You can't say you got a commitment and you don't take care of your wife in all ways. If you don't take care of your family in all ways. If you don't do what you're supposed to do for your church family. If you don't do it, don't tell me you committed to God. A commitment is to be kept. And if you have a relationship with God, it is expected that you keep your relationship and keep your commitment. Thank you now.
Let the church say amen. Amen. You know, one of the first things we say, the ones that hear, we know this, but all the time we need to be reminded of what we know. And there's going to always be something in our, I don't know, left ear or our right ear saying, Lord, I wish Joanne was him. Lord, I wish Bob was him. Because we wish they could have heard this here, because to hear this here can only make you and us better. So, brother, here you keep teaching. You heard what he said. You go out into the highways and byways and teach and remind people what we said, because everybody, because they say the word, don't know the real reason, definition of relationship. Commitment. And we all guilty one way or another. And he brought it out even because we are not committed to our church home. And sometimes you go to the job and want to be paid, not committed to your job. But anyway, that cover all those areas. All right, do we have any kids? I look around and as Miss say, we all family folks. Are there any announcement? Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Good morning.
These are just some dates I want to direct you on. Get ready to prepare for our church anniversary. You know, it's going to be a very big deal. More than a very big deal. January 12th, we're going to take orders before starting today for plates, and they will be ready. You just go up downstairs. But you must order in advance. You cash out, or you can put it on the envelope. And we're going to get a count the week of it. So we're going to the place that we distribute to them. Now we maybe have extra ones, but we don't know. But if you want it, then you know you're ready to take advantage, you will have it. And so we're about trying to see if we have extra. January 1st is our date for Timothy Day 14th and fashion show this year. So these are the dates that we really, it was a big success last year. We want to make it even bigger this year. February 28th, church banquet. Right.
Man.
Yes, and we just want to get the tickets out for those. It's going to be a very big affair, and everybody needs to be on board. And if you can pay $15, $20, $25 every week, it's going to take off, that would be great. You know, they can't get $100 at one time. I'm just not able to. But if you're able to send in $10 or $20, whatever, it adds up in the end. So you have your ticket. Everybody get part of it. And the 9th of March is the anniversary. That's a big day. And we really want to call her. And anybody like to And so as we can, we want this to be a beautiful book. If you got business, you know who's got business, taxes, take that out. You can see the book when we get, my daughter got one, even the government, she took out a big deal page for this lady, for that man, they do a big deal there for him, fundraising. And we get all the city councils, we get everybody. But this is, it's going to take all of us to do it. They don't have to have a business, they could be somebody, city councilman, or state representative, whatever. But we want to make this, we got to go, barn to the, you know, so we got to start working with the ball. So thank you so much.
We thank you for the announcement. And it's good. I know you would want to say some for church, but sometimes people who comes in early leave early and they don't get that announcement, and they'll always say, I didn't hear that and y'all didn't announce it. So we have to get these announcements early and afternoon. Are there anything else? And now we have the water of the balance. Secretary report first. Secretary report first.
Our banners will remain the same this week. The women's will keep the attendance banner and the men will keep the offering banner.
All right. Any other question? Anybody have a comment, question? Do anyone have a thought today? Don't talk at the same time because we couldn't understand both of y'all. Somebody, no one have a thought today. And we could say the same thing that was said last week, and we could say it the next week. Jesus is the reason for the season. And if those who don't understand that, please break it down and tell them that Jesus is the reason for the season. That is the thought for today. And on next week, I'm going to let two of y'all talk at the same time because I know you got some in your system. All right? Now let us stand. And as much as every now and then Ms. Hawkins change it up, but page 420 is the whole reason that we come here every Sunday. If you're so busy going through the week and had a chance, we want to remind you we're here to just to lift him up. Verse number 3. All thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Amen.